Alright guys, so I just finished making my Why I Left Red video. I was very respectful, went very lighthearted, I felt like, on Red. And then they released a statement saying they released us from the team, me, myself, Kiwis, and Formula. And we're just going to play a game called Depict the Bullshit. Okay, so the first two paragraphs, they're just trying to suck some dick. Alright, we're just going to go sentence by sentence. During the merger, it was very clear to these creators that they were no longer management of the company. True. They sold a majority stake and would stay on board solely as content creators and ambassadors of the brand. Yes, but in the same sense, you guys let us run the content creation side of the company. So yes, we give up a large majority of it. But you guys said you just wanted to do your esports shit, you would focus on your esports shit, and we would focus on the content creator side. However, when sponsorship revenue started to flow in, the relationship between the specific creators and the company as a whole began to rot. Let me tell you why it began to rot. Because guess what? These sponsorships that rolled in were because of the esports. So guess what? We didn't have to promote them at all. There was no contractual agreement that we would promote any of the sponsors that they rolled in. It was solely supposed to be for the esports. Some of these creators seem to have a sense of entitlement to the revenue coming into the company, stating that they're the ones that built it and that they're the only reason it stands. Okay, I don't know who said that. I didn't say that. And we didn't feel any entitlement to the revenue coming in to the company whatsoever. You guys initially merged with us and paid for our rent for the house, and that's solely all we wanted. And that was before we had the sponsorship deals come in, right? So before the sponsorship deals even came in, they were paying for the rent for our house. So we thought, oh, it'd be nice of us to, just promote their sponsors for free when it's not even contractually obligated to us. We didn't have to promote the sponsors. It was solely for the esports. Through the coming months, support from them started to disappear. You stopped paying for our rent, motherfuckers. No wonder we stopped promoting your sponsorships. You stopped paying for our rent. We didn't have to promote your sponsorships. It wasn't contractual. Meetings began to be missed, messages ignored, communication began really essentially non-existent. Okay, this isn't even only on our part. There is a person in management at the top that is the worst at replying to messages and getting shit done. When we wanted shit to get done, it was so delayed and it was so slow. On top of that, what they're referring to is Formula missed one meeting with a certain designer who wanted to change up the brand design of all of Red. On top of that, I can't tell you how many meetings you delayed for us. We were supposed to have meetings with you in the house, and you know who the fuck I'm talking about. Yes, you in management, up there. You were supposed to have meetings with us. You would set them off aside. You would be half an hour late. So don't give us the spiel that, oh, you guys delayed messages. No, that shit is on your part. I can't tell you how many meetings you showed up to half an hour late, wasting our time, and then you want to make this statement? Okay, dude. In every meeting that we had, the entire house was on time. We were on time to every meeting except for the one you're referring to with Formula and the designer about the rebrand. Every meeting, guess what? You were late. And yes, messages were ignored on our part as well as your part. So how about you shove that stick right up your ass as well? These creators were given multiple opportunities to stay involved and help Red succeed. We actually gave you guys opportunities to get your shit together and start listening to us. We actually gave you way too many. I personally gave you... Alex Formula was given a management position with the organization. He was in charge of handling all content and streaming operation, bringing in new creators, and ensuring that a content schedule was followed. Now, there was no set schedule, right? There wasn't an obligation to the management side that, yeah, we're going to upload this day, we're going to upload that day, we're going to follow this, we're going to do that. There was no written agreement. Formula asked if he could have a management position in the company 2 months ago when Random left because we had nothing, and Formula couldn't handle the Twitter. He couldn't do anything based on recruiting creators, recruiting streamers, so he felt he was useless in the company when he first off went from being the leader of the company to literally non-existent, doing nothing for the company anymore. And then when we tried to bring in new creators, you guys told us to get rid of half of our roster, and that was during the recruitment challenge, so we wanted to recruit a shit ton of people, but then you're like, oh, guess what, guys? You gotta get rid of 20 people. We had a roster of 30. They told us to cut it down to 10, including us 5 in the house. They wanted 5 other creators. They don't give a shit about their creators. They don't give a flying fuck. And the proof is in the pudding when they tweeted out 2 weeks ago, you need to have 75,000 subscribers and 30,000 Twitch followers if you want to join Red. Here, submit an application, guys. It's not about numbers. How fucking corporate are you, dude? Good content doesn't always lie in a minimum of 75,000 subscribers. That's what the staff doesn't get, man. They are so corporate that this business will never succeed. Red is gonna fall on itself. The Red House, me, Kiwis, and Formula were the last pillar of this bitch standing, and we just fucking kicked it over, and now it's gonna crumble in itself, so good fucking job, guys. He did not perform well in his required duties. Relationships with multiple sponsorships were damaged due to the actions and non-compliances of all 5 creators. Well, guess what? You guys never had a contractual agreement that we had to produce so much content for these sponsors that you had. We were never in the contracts. It was only for the esports side. So guess what? You fucked yourselves when you didn't put us in the contract and made us do it. We didn't have to do shit. So when you cut the rent from our house, we were like, how about this one, guys? Why should we do something for an organization that we're getting nothing in return for? You cut our rent for nothing. Because the big hotshots up top didn't want to support the house. They only wanted to support the esports side. They're willing to dump their entire paychecks in there. But when it comes to the people who built this foundation, that basically built this fan base for you guys, you're like, you know what? That's what you did to us.
We truly wish that we would not have had to come to this decision, but after multiple attempts of bridging the gap between what is referred to as the house and the company, we have come to a conclusion that it is the only way to move forward.
Bitch, you did not release me. The fact that you guys have the balls to think you actually released us from this team. The balls you guys have, the disrespect after everything we did for this. You're saying you released us, you kicked us. We wish the best for Alex. Dude, this is, and then they ended off with their bullshit statement to cover their ass because they are getting roasted right now on Twitter. We wish the best of luck to Alex, John, Kiwi, Nick. They don't even, dude, how stupid are you? My name isn't Nix with 2 S's. That's how much they know about me. They don't even know that my name doesn't have 2 S's. The only reason on Twitter that my name has 2 S's is because I couldn't get Red Nix, the original Twitter ad. They don't give a fuck about creators. They don't even know my actual name. It doesn't have 2 S's, morons. Congrats, you signed your own fucking death wish. Rest assured that we will continue to grow the content side of Red, but only if you have 75,000 subscribers and 30,000 Twitch followers, which some of the staff didn't even agree with. They said, guess what? Double the numbers and tweet it out again. After we told them not to tweet that shit. You guys will see later on in my video about that bullshit.
Including bringing in new creators through a recruitment challenge.
Oh, you mean the idea that we had a recruitment challenge and then you told us to cut our roster? Good idea, guys. You know what? Where'd you get that one? Supporting our current creators and creating more of the Red content that you already love. You know what? You guys are really supporting your creators. You know, thank you for never promising on sponsorship equipment that I was supposed to get from Razer. Really appreciate that, staff. Thanks again for cutting our rent to support us in helping the company grow. It's a bunch of bullshit, guys. Dude, I read this and I couldn't believe it, man. I went so lighthearted in my video, but I just had to be real with you guys in this one. This is me being deadass 100. I usually don't get this upset, but man, they really fucked up with this one, dude. Wow. All right. Well, just had to inform you guys on the bullshit and let you know the reality of things and enjoy the rest of my respectfully left Red video. You know, I've kind of just been reminiscing like the past few hours, and it's crazy to see, you know, 2.5 years. It feels like it went by like that, and the journey though feels like a lifetime. I've met so many amazing people, and you know, Red changed my life, man. I remember first joining 2.5 years ago, around November, for trick shotting, actually. Trick shotting on Black Ops 3. I went for one of their recruitment challenges. It was a dream of mine. I was at one of the lowest points of my life, and I joined Red, and it changed my life completely, entirely. I started making YouTube videos, started growing. You know, we only had 10,000 subscribers when I first joined Red. Just crazy to think about, man. And now, how far it's come from that moment all the way to here, man. Wow, it's been crazy. Like, I don't even have words. It's sad to have to let it go, dude. It's not easy. Like, This decision, I've been thinking about this for 9 months. Like, I'm not even joking. I've contemplated making videos even before Random left. I was really thinking about it because of some of the things we had to go through, and even when Random left, like, I was literally this close to making a video. But what is it? Since Random left, last 3 months they've been pretty tough. Us guys in the house have been pretty divided for the most part. We spend most of our times in our rooms just chilling, making our videos, working on our videos. It takes up a lot of our time. And with Gandhi, he left Red and he went to school. So when he decided to make the change in his life to go to school, that has completely changed the vibe of the Red House. He wasn't around nearly at all because he was putting all his time into school, which is fine. And I no bad blood, by the way, with anyone in the house. Everyone's just doing their own thing. All of us guys built this organization so much, man. Like, when I first joined the Red House and like everyone was grinding, and it felt awesome, like doing the vlogs and making the content on BO2. Like, that was some of the best times of my life, to be honest. And I'll never regret any of it, of course. I never regret joining her. I don't regret anything I do in my life. I don't live life like that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm reminiscing really hard. And most of you guys are just here to see what I want to talk about Red. And before I even get started on that, I just want to say, I don't hate anybody in Red. I guess there was things that people just didn't agree on relating to, the house and the people who work behind the scenes at Red. That has been happening for so long. I've always been bad at these videos, man. I have so much in my head, but I don't know how to organize it into just a statement that I really want to say. I guess I'll just start from the beginning, since I don't really know where to take this. So we merged with this other esports organization called Orbit a long time ago. I want to say back in January or February of last year. So it's been about a year and a couple months. And we merged right after I moved into the Red House. So I moved into the Red House initially January 1st of 2017. And I believe it was 1 month later we did the merger with this esports organization. And it was great. It was so good at first. I mean, they were supporting us like they said they would, and they were just focusing on their esports like they said they would, and they let us handle the content creation, which was trick shotting back at the time, and we were able to recruit people we wanted, kick people we wanted, and it was awesome. I don't mean it like it was awesome to kick people. I didn't think anybody deserved to get kicked from this team. You guys know what I'm saying, okay? I really didn't have much to do with the kicking stuff. That's not my job. But anyway, so fast forward a little bit into April. Now, this is when I started taking YouTube seriously. I started doing the trick shotting on Black Ops 2 heavily. You guys might have known back then I grew my channel exponentially from, I think I joined the Red House at 40,000 subscribers, and we gained just a nutty amount. I mean, I got to like, I want to say 100-something thousand over the summer, just constantly growing, grinding. And during that time of, not only my growth, but Random, Kiwis, Formula starting his channel, all of us growing together, even Gandhi, but to focus mainly on, the daily uploaders, which was me, Random, Kiwis, and Formula. We focused on helping Red grow as an organization, not only by branding, but we also promoted some of their sponsorships they had. And so we just did this because we wanted to help Red grow, and we wanted it to be the most successful thing possible because we were totally invested in it. And there was no contractual agreement that we had to do this, like you have to do this or your rent's not going to get paid, or something like that. No, we were just doing it because Red is all of our babies, like, in this house. And we took care of it. Like, we fucking changed the diapers, we cleaned the shit out, and we bought, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really bad at metaphors, and we wanted to grow as a unit, I guess. We didn't want to just grow our side. We didn't just care about, growing the content creator side. We wanted to grow the esports. We wanted to help out the esports as much as possible. We literally grinded. We grinded so hard and promoted these sponsors so hard that, you know, we gave them so much brand awareness already as it is. And on top of that, making them a profit of what they were putting back into Red. So we thought, wow, we're doing a pretty good job. Let's just keep it up. And, you know, just helping them out as well, helping them become a successful company, even though the competition was literally near impossible for us to make the kind of numbers we made because of the competitors. But we still ended up doing it. And fast forward a couple months, you know, the sales start to slow down because obviously the first month you promote any company is just going to do insane, and then you're going to steady out, and you're just going to hit, you know, your plane. And this is what you're going to usually make on average if you keep promoting the same way you're promoting. And so we hit our average and we planed out, and we just kept doing what we were doing. And then all of a sudden, they weren't happy. And when they weren't happy, what they decided to do was just cut our rent. Just, all right, we're going to pull this away from you guys because you weren't promoting enough to make a profit. We can't afford to fund the house anymore. And that's when we were like, well, initially, you guys were just supposed to support the house without us even helping the sponsorship. But we did that to help Red grow as a whole, but now you guys are fucking us over. Like, why is this? Like, we've done everything you asked. We've tried, you know, our best to promote as much as possible, but we can't be the backpack to hold up all the weight. Not only was it not contractually agreed that we were even supposed to promote this product in the first place, it was only supposed to be for the esports side of the things, but when it came time to it, we were the main factor of why this company stayed with us for so long. And so that's where it kind of began for us. And for me personally, you know, rent was never an issue to pay it. So at this point, we're so frustrated that we put in all this work to help this product grow. And we gave it brand awareness, and we gave them numbers, what they wanted. And then all of a sudden, we're paying for our own rent now, when it was never an issue before. Even when we had when we didn't have the products and we weren't promoting anything, it was never an issue. And so now it was an issue. And so because of them just out of nowhere cutting our rent, we were like, okay, well, then why should we promote the product if we're getting nothing in return? At that point, we were literally getting nothing. We were like, okay, well, we're not salaried. The rent isn't going to help us getting paid. It's like, how can we feel obligated to help you guys when you won't even help us in return? You know, it was a simple, we scratch your back, you scratch our back. Like, it wasn't that hard. And to be fair, for creators our size back then and the numbers we were pulling and helping them out, for us to be only getting about $500 each, because that was about the total of the rent if we all combined our money together, that was literally nothing compared to what creators are getting paid in orgs now. So I'm just saying, it shouldn't have even been a problem, and it wouldn't have been a problem. Red would have been flourishing, and we would have helped it grow if none of this nonsense had to happen. Anyways, so from then on, it felt like a constant struggle and battle with the staff. On top of that, there was so much miscommunication. We would hear one thing and then something else would change and all this. I don't want to go into details about certain things out of respect to the people still in the team. To be frank, the biggest problems between the house and the staff was just communication. We weren't talking enough to each other, and it felt like we were just always arguing about what should be done, what could be done differently. And I understand from their point of view, they have their vision for Red, and from our point of view, we have our vision from Red. I'm just going to say this, it's kind of a biased point of view, but Formula and Kiwis helped to grow this organization for Formula at least, from literally almost nothing. I mean, he joined when it was brand new team, you know, Scarce was in, but him and Scarce built this thing from literally nothing. And so we had our ideas for this organization, and at this time they were trying to get involved into the creator side and the YouTube side and tell us how to do things. And that's when Formula and the rest of the house felt like, well, we know what we're doing, we've been doing this for years, just let us do our thing. And they were kind of butting in and kind of getting in the way, and that's when we were like, okay, fuck you guys, like, dude, we know how to do our shit. And so that was the constant struggle for the coming 9 months. You know, we fast forward a little bit, we're still not getting paid for our rent, we're still promoting some of these products, and we got false promised so many times. Oh yeah, just keep promoting them, you guys are gonna get a new house. And maybe that's what the staff generally thought, that's what they thought, but you know, in the end, that's not what happened. We are still getting nothing out of Red, and that is, why I've made the decision to leave. Because if you guys look from my perspective, how is it fair for me to help this organization grow when I'm doing... This is my best month on YouTube, right? 7 million views, that's insane. Like, I haven't had a month like this. So how's it fair for me to brand awareness this organization that is literally not paying me? They're not doing anything for me if, in return, I'm getting nothing. That's why for the last 6 months, I've just been unhappy and haven't really, tried promoting as much as I could with these sponsorships. And the biggest thing that still sticks in my mind to this day that the staff fucked up on, and it gets me angry to even think about this. There was an editor in this team that completely disrespected the entire house, what we were trying to do for the YouTube channel, and on top of that, he disrespected Formula, calling him an idiot, called him a retard, and just names that should not have been said. And if you're working at a corporation where an employee slanders a higher up official, they're immediately fired. But guess what? This person got to stay in the team and just keep riding along like it was no big deal. So this frustrated me so hard because when you disrespect me, you disrespect my friends. In all honesty, why are you in this organization? You should not be in. And we wanted them immediately fired, but they didn't get fired. So that was another big issue with me and this team. And that's when I was like, wow, I should just leave Red. Like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? How can you let someone who would disrespect what we're trying to do on our part to help grow this brand, and you just let him sit in the team? In fact, one of the staff members defended him, so I literally lost my shit, and that's when I lost all respect for all the staff in Red. It got me so frustrated and so angry that I just didn't even want to work with anybody in that side of the team. And I just think respect is a virtue that should never be crossed. Like, always have respect for people, even if you think their opinions are wrong. In my case, even when I think people's opinions are wrong, I still have respect for them. Like right now, I could go off, I could name names, I could say certain things about certain people. That would be disrespectful on my part to call people out like that, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just trying to explain everything from my point of view, guys. Bear in mind you, on top of all this I've already said, there's little things going on that we're disagreeing with, we're not working together on, and the respect is just being lost more and more so. Now fast forward to a couple weeks ago, when Red tweeted out, looking for content creators with only 75,000 subscribers and 30,000 Twitch followers. I looked at that tweet and I thought, wow, man, how more conceited can you get about an organization that you think that good content relies in just the following count and the subscribers? There's so many people underrated, and that already turned off so many fans. I can't tell you how many tweets that day I got where people were like, wow, Red is fucking trash. They kicked half their roster because guess what? The people on that roster didn't have 75,000 subscribers, didn't have 30,000 Twitch followers. It's like the guys in the house, we suffered from that, but we had nothing to do with that decision. And even Formula told the person who tweeted this out to not tweet this out. This would be a bad idea, make the organization look like shit, but they went through with it and they tweeted it out. And what bothers me the most about that, and that was the day I was going to leave Red, because later that day, Kiwis went and justified it on Twitter. He did it in a kind of aggressive way, which I didn't agree with, completely what he said. He shouldn't have trashed the people that tweeted out that much, but he was just trying to get his point across that we would never do something of that sort. We wouldn't limit people to joining our organization who only had 75,000 subscribers, because if that was the case, when I joined with my 10,000 subscribers, I never would have got the chance to, and I never would have been here, made it this far. And so Kiwis made a tweet about it, referring to it. And then, lo and behold, in a Discord chat with the staff, here they are, just completely trashing Kiwis. And that is so low to go and completely disrespect other members of the team that want to help it grow, and to just completely shit on us like that. Like, that was literally going to be the last straw for me, but I held my tongue yet again. I mean, this is an actual message that someone wrote in the chat, literally just trashing Kiwi. It actually blows my mind that there's people in this organization so against us in the house, and it's never healthy to work with people that are against you. And I haven't been doing anything for Red for months now, and it's just because of all the disrespect, everything that's happened over these crazy 9 months. And the worst thing of all that still gets me upset, just even thinking about it, is the fact that the management side made us get rid of literally almost our entire roster of players. And initially we could only keep 10 players, including us. So it was going to be me, Formula, Kiwis, Random, Gandhi, and then we had to pick 5 others to stay in the team with us. And not only was that an impossible decision, but it was just unrealistic. Like, as many people as we had in this team, and we had to cut 25 people. And that's honestly when I knew this was just turning into something that I just absolutely hated in my gut. And, you know, Red went from being this amazing trick shot team with amazing members of people to bring on the esports side. And even then, it was still great at the beginning. And then the full merger of esports took over, and that's what it is today. There's not much content creation left. No one in the team really wants to work for Red, you know, and help growing it on the content creation side, if I'm going to be honest. Especially seeing that players aren't getting salaried. Even us in the house, when we're pulling in as many numbers as we are, we're not getting salaried to be a part of this organization. And it's really just sad how much they don't care about their creators. It really is. And the fact that we had to dwindle down our roster from literally 30 people down to whatever it is now. It's really like 10 or 15. I don't even know. Like, for all the people that got kicked during that time, like, I just want to say I'm so sorry to you guys. You guys did not deserve to get kicked at all. But that's what the big guys upstairs wanted, and that's what they get when you own majority of the organization. So no matter what, at the end of the day, we couldn't have the final decision because we don't own majority of the company anymore. So, and on top of that, we did this recruitment challenge. You guys might have heard of it. It was the Red Recruitment Challenge, R3D, where we were going to invite 3 people out to the house and recruit them. But during this time, what happened was we did that roster clear out bullshit that we had to do because of the big guys upstairs. And we were going to recruit Rockamoose. And we literally found out the news that we had to dwindle down our roster to almost nothing was when right after we told some people that they were going to be recruited to the team. And it just seemed like those guys just didn't care about the creators at all because they knew we had the recruitment challenge going on. They knew what we wanted to do, but they just didn't respect our decision at all, and they forced us to do what we had to do. Sorry if this seems kind of ranty, but this is what's been on my chest for literally 9 months. I haven't been able to say anything because, you know, I didn't want Red to go to shit, which in my opinion, I just hate how people look at Red now. People look at Red and they think, wow, what a shit organization. Like, I literally see that all the time in my mentions. Wow, Red has gone to shit. Fuck Red. Like, what are they doing over there? Like, and all these decisions you guys have seen made that were negative toward the company, they were out of our hands. Like, we literally couldn't do anything. We had to sit back there and take the backlash. And it sucked, man. It sucked being a part of, you know, what was one of the most prestigious organizations everyone wanted to join, and then everyone all of a sudden is like, you know, fuck Red. I hate Red. Like, look what they're doing with their team. It's gone to shit. So it's good to finally get all this garbage off my chest, man. And then following all that stuff that we had to go through today they ended up changing the logo of Red, and it just, we're so disconnected from Red. It's incredible. Like, I remember they brought this up a couple months ago and we were like, no, we should just leave the logo how it is. We already changed it once. We don't want to go and change it again. Like, the fans will get confused. They don't even know what Red is anymore if we do that. And, you know, they just went out of their way to do it anyways. Like I said, we don't have the decisions anymore. Even if we do give our influence, you know, it's for nothing. It's like they don't even listen to us. So, on a positive note, I do want to say I don't hate anybody in Red. Of course, there's been arguments in the past with the staff and whatever. And you know what? I'm a person. Let bygones be bygones. You know what? It doesn't matter to me. It's in the past. I'm not living my life in the past. I don't regret shit. So just let it go. I don't care. And secondly, everyone that has joined this team on the trick shotting side, on the content creator side, you guys made this experience so incredible for me. Especially, I gotta give a shout out to my man Sean. Like, if it wasn't for him, Bacon, Avia, all my OG friend group, you know, back in the day of us grinding trick shots, us, and Sean giving recommendations to Formula and Scarce for me, I never would have been able to join this team. I never would have been able to make something out of this as special as what it is now. Everyone that I met on the content creation side, especially when the Red House first started and everyone came to the house. There was literally like 20 Red members in this house overnight. It was so sick, and dude, that was some of the best times of my life. Everyone that I've met through gaming, everyone that I've met through events, everybody in Red, man, I love you guys. You guys have made this journey so amazing. If it wasn't for such an amazing group of people that I was surrounded by, you know, this may not have even happened. So I just got to give a big thank you to everyone who's been in red, who's got kicked from red, who's left red. Like, you guys are awesome. And so with all that being said, I'm so excited for this new chapter in my life. Moving forward, me, Kiwis, and Formula are going to be moving into a house together soon. And we're actually looking for one other person that can fit our style, that does our kind of videos. Someone who actually wants to grow with us, make videos with us. And, you know, I think it would be super dope to get one more person in the house and start this new chapter in our lives, man. I'm so happy to be starting a new chapter. I'm still going to be doing the same thing on YouTube, guys. Nothing is changing. I still love making content to make you guys laugh, and I love helping people out, and I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm going to keep trying to be as a positive role model as possible for you guys, and just keep doing what I love to do, which is play video games and make videos. So I hope you guys will support me, you know, moving on from this and my journey ahead. It has been a long one, and this video has been kind of ranty, and I'm sorry for that. Hope you guys understand my decision. You know, moving forward, best of luck to Red and whatever they do, man. No hard feelings. Like I said, I don't live my life in the past. Do what you want to do. But right now, I'm just focused on myself and growing as a person, as well as growing on YouTube and just making the best content I can make. So thank you guys again for the greatest 2.5 years of my life, changing my life, and I'll never forget those memories, guys. You know what? I didn't even like the color red anyway. Love you, Randall.